The lore in Dead by Daylight at its best is a brilliant take on cosmic horror, and scratches that itch of interconnected stories with massive speculation potential due to the esoteric nature of how the story is told. Similar to Dark Souls, the intricacies of the game's story isn't directly explained to the player. To even find most of the story's entries, you have to complete tome challenges to unlock them. The most integral survivor to the overarching plot of Dead by Daylight is the Observer, a man trapped within the entity's realm in a tower with nothing but his trusty Aurus and a multitude of archives, journal entries, and notes written by previous prisoners of the entity. I'm not here to talk about the Observer. There are already many amazing videos on him out there. I will, however, be talking about a major mystery that hasn't been answered yet regarding his plotline. Who is sending messages to the Observer? To our knowledge, the Observer is alone in his struggle of being trapped within the entity's realm outside the ongoing trials, until the entry of Arcus 571 and 572, where after swinging a bucket of golf balls off his tower into the surrounding fog, in the very next entry, he tells us someone left a bucket of golf balls at his doorstep. Though, upon further inspection, these golf balls are in fact fossilized human eyeballs. At first glance, this interaction could be passed off as the entity's bidding, but I don't think this is the case, given that we haven't seen the entity ever converse directly to survivors, to my knowledge. Before we can speculate who sent this wonderful gift to the Observer, we also need to consider the entries Arcus 968, 984, and 5736, where this mysterious figure takes focus yet again. To summarize these entries, someone or something has been placing strange, luminous markings within the entity's trials, manipulating the space within the entity's realm, allowing the Observer to study rifts easier. This is the second time the Archives mentions that there is someone trying to make contact with the Observer, and the Observer himself states that someone who has that ability is very rare within his knowledge. This mystery figure continues to give the Observer more luminous energy to allow the ability to look within lost realms, which in turn give the Observer more insight into possible methods of escape from the hell he is currently trapped in. An excerpt from 5736 reads, "With mysterious help, I have ripped open reality, searched deep within countless rifts, and seen everything tumble helplessly towards chaos and entropy, towards death and madness. And for the briefest moment, I had the ridiculous thought that the mysterious ally helping me could very well be the entity." So who has been trying to get the Observer's attention? I believe that there are two possible answers. One, the entity. The entity who is mimicking the quirks of a trapped survivor to lead the Observer to his demise, intentionally giving him information that will eventually be his downfall. This is supported due to the lack of people that could willingly manifest things within the entity's realm, and given that we do know that the entity knows the Observer's location, it could very well be the entity trying to exploit the Observer's loneliness and desperation. However, I think the second choice is more likely. The mysterious stranger is Vigo. We know that Vigo can manipulate the entity's realm. The major evidence showing this is that the hatch was created by him. This isn't confirmed officially, but it is general community consensus and very much inferred by the developers that this is the case. Vigo was once a survivor, giving him great insight into the trial's realms and how to escape the void. He lives outside the entity's influence, much like the Observer, and he likes to collect and use body parts of humans. All of these characteristics of Vigo can be directly linked to the events that the Observer has been experiencing. Since it is known that beings who can materialize things within the fog are very rare, it is probable that Vigo has immense understanding of living dimensions. Arcus 632 reads, "Through a rift I believed I culled another memory of Vigo, manifesting reality within the entity with something reminiscent of the Aurus. How he came to understand the machinations of the fog is both puzzling and inspiring. I doubt the writers would just have an unknown person that has never been mentioned before that can do such an extreme feat. Vigo having knowledge of how the trials function would easily help him place the luminous markings within them under the entity's nose. The bucket of fossilized eyes could very well be from Vigo's collection of various body parts, and it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that a lab rat like Vigo would have such items laying around in whatever realm he is hiding in. We don't exactly know Vigo's motives, and I might talk about possible ones in a different video, but for this video's sake, let's just assume he is an ally of humanity and wants to help others imprisoned by the fog. By sending these messages to the observer time and time again, could he be trying to make the observer reach a discovery or conclusion that will allow him to directly meet? Or maybe a way to teleport into Vigo's pocket realm, akin to how the Lost Realms are entered? I believe that Vigo is the most logical fit for this mysterious figure. Regardless if this theory is true or not, it is fun to speculate upon the unanswered questions of Dead by Daylight. The mysteries of this game is one of the reasons that it sticks out to me from a story standpoint, and always surprises me on what the writers will do next. Please feel free to leave your theories in the comments below. Goodbye.